couple of years down the road, you are hanging out in your new home.
But I moved.
You could say that.
What does
You're
that mean?
you're you're sitting in your your living room next to a big sack of candy.
What?
You won a you were awarded like a lifetime supply of candy from Dalton Fudge
Oh no,
and his
that's bad news. That's like the last fucking thing that I need in my life is an
yeah,
unlimited amount of fucking candy. Are you kidding me? Just
yeah.
give me a fucking gun with one bullet in it.
They actually gave you like they heard you say that and they like gave you a candy gun that shoots out like, instead of shooting out bullets, it shoots out like nerds. And they go, "Put this in your mouth and pull the trigger, Aaron."
That's what I'm trying to avoid.
They go, "The only thing that instead of blowing your brains out, you're going to blow your mind with flavor." Aaron,
Ugh.
you have been awarded the Hero of the Year award.
Oh no. Whose hero am I?
So, what happened was you were like taking a walk one day,
Yeah.
relatively recently, um, and you're passing by this bridge. Um, there, there's a small island off of the coast of California that only in the last, year or so has actually like come into view. It was always blocked by clouds and, you know,
What?
yeah, there's a small little island and it was blocked by
In
clouds. And the clouds finally like moved, finally got windy enough to move. And there's just
the
like an
history
island
in the history of California, nobody's ever seen this fucking island, is what you're telling me.
until very recently, yeah. And so
Pat,
there's a bridge that goes over, but like again, nobody saw it. It was just so cloudy. And so they just thought it was like a bridge to nowhere. And so people just didn't really go over it. And about a year ago, the cloud shifted, the island came into view, and the inhabitants were like, "Oh, you guys didn't know we were here?" And everybody's like, "No." So
so fucking ridiculous.
they call it the unknown island.
What's it really called? There's the fucking road going to it. It's got to be on the register somewhere.
What is it like officially registered as?
Yeah.
It's registered as the island of Dagon,
God damn it, Pat.
but people just call it the unknown island. So you're passing by the bridge to the unknown island, and you see that there's like a big like crowd, and they're like everybody's freaking out, and you're like walking, you're not really paying attention, and suddenly you hear a like an ice cream, the music of an ice cream truck.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you just yeah, so you hear that, and you just start like running, right? And you start running across the bridge towards the sound of the ice cream truck in the mist. And suddenly you realize like what everybody's losing their minds about. You look over and you see that there's like somebody holding on to the side of the bridge, like their legs dangling over it. And you're like, holy shit. And you just take off towards this guy. He's like, help.
Why is nobody helping him?
There's like a traffic jam. So you jump on top of like the cars and you are running across these fucking cars, dude. And at first it was just for the sound of the ice cream truck, but now you realize it's for a deeper meaning, heroism. This guy across the lane like sees you. You guys lock eyes. he throws like a pair of wireless headphones at you. You catch it in midair and put them on, and it's playing the song, uh, "How to Save a Life." Where did
The
I go
fucking
wrong?
spray.
Yeah, and you're like super pumped up, and you like nod at
So
him, and he
wait,
nods
so
at
this
you.
dude, this guy, you're telling me this guy sees me running, hews up, smash hit by the fray, and then throws me his own wireless headphones for me to like catch and listen to that song while I'm on my way to save a life.
Yeah,
What the
and I
fuck, man?
stayed up with you all night, and you like reach out your hand right at the line where it goes, "And I know," and you just leap. How to save a life. You leap, and you like miss him completely, and you fall into the water, and he like manages to pull himself up.
What the fuck?
So you end up winning the Hero of the Year award for excellence and effort. It's an award given out to people who try to be heroes, but like through no fault of their own, or through a fault of their own, they fuck up. And so basically, it's like saying, you know, keep on doing what you're doing, and one day you can be a hero. They say that to you at the award
Ooh,
ceremony.
that sucks. It's like the nice set of the fucking awards world. Nice set, bud.
Yeah, you win. It looks like a like an Olympic gold medal, and you wear it around your neck at all times.
Why? I'm not I'm not gonna be proud of this, Pat. This like I'm probably only at this award ceremony for like the buffet, you know? For being honest, I don't want to be reminded of my own failure.
Well, I mean, the person, at least they didn't die. Like they show up to the award
How did I
ceremony.
survive?
Oh, there was a boat going underneath it, that was transporting a bunch of trampolines across state lines, and so you like like you landed on it, and went boing, and landed perfect. You landed like the Black Widow lands in
Yeah.
the Avengers movies, then
Yeah,
like
with
the
my
flip
ass
out.
out.
Yeah, and people are like, "Holy shit!"
That sucks. I mean, no, that part's kind of cool, but the fact that I just dove at this guy while listening to the fray
Yeah,
and I fell off onto a fucking boat full of trampolines.
a boat full of trampolines, and you bounded back up, and people were like, "Holy shit!" So you get nominated by the ice cream truck driver actually stops and waits for you, and you get nominated for this award. The picture that they use is a picture of you at the ice cream truck with two ice
No,
cream
fuck.
sandwiches in your
Oh,
mouth.
God damn it.
And you're pretending to be like,
Two.
yeah, because you're pretending to be a walrus to make somebody laugh. So you're going like, oh, 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 like pretending to be a walrus with the ice cream sandwiches in your fucking
As
mouth.
tusks.
Yeah.
That sucks.
So you're the
Did I already have the two sandwiches when I agreed to do the impression, or did I have to go get a second one?
you bought two, and you were just like eating them like that, and then you looked up and you saw in like a mirror, like, oh wow, I look like a silly little
Oh,
walrus.
that's okay. So I was my intent was to eat
To
two
eat
whole
both.
ice cream sandwiches
Yeah.
simultaneously.
Well, I mean, think about what you just survived. You're kind of in, shock a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, so you've won this award, and the reason that you have like a new place is that so there's this new law that was passed, where if someone dies and they don't have a will, all of their stuff is just given away to like random people. It's like a a will lottery basically, and every single American is entered into it automatically upon birth or upon the first time you vote. If you weren't registered at birth, which you don't have to be, I guess, but and so you ended up getting a house. It was
I
a
won somebody's house in a will lottery. I won a dead person's house.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Where is
called
this house?
it's in the mountains of LA.
Okay. So What kind of house we talking here?
It's like a like a Victorian mansion.
Holy shit, Pat.
Very sparsely what do you call it? Like it doesn't have a lot.
Decorated,
Yeah, decorated. There's not a lot of
furnished.
yeah, furnished, yes, sparsely furnished. Though I will say that there are several very long, like those old couches that people would lay down on when they talk to like their, to Sigmund Freud and like the back in the day or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, yeah.
There's several very long versions of those laying down therapy couches or whatever they're called.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. There's like there's only one painting. There's like a painting at the it's like a 4-story Victorian mansion. And there's
4 stories?
yeah, there's a painting at the top of the fourth story of a beautiful woman in a black dress sitting by a pond. She's got like a porcelain skin, red hair, fire in her eyes. So you win this in the will lottery. It's a new law that was passed by the president. It's called President Chet Lightning's Will
God
Lottery
damn it.
3000.
God, fuck.
So you have this Victorian mansion that you live in, and
Yeah,
you, to be honest with you, Aaron, this could not have come at a better time.
yeah.
Yeah,
Why? Seems like I'm inheriting a fucking 4 story mansion.
yeah.
Yeah, it's cool, but now I gotta sell this thing. I can't stay there. It's too much house for me.
Well, you end up staying there for a little bit because you accidentally burned down your apartment complex.
Are you fucking serious? Pat,
Yeah.
how? How did I burn it down? What was I doing?
You were jacking off.
God damn.
And what you did is you were just in a very, I got to be honest with you, Aaron, you were in a very sensuous mood one evening. You had gone for like a long walk, got the blood a working, and you got back to your apartment and you did the thing where you put a like a bearskin rug in front of the fireplace. You got a fire going and you just had a very, romantic sesh with yourself. And while you were doing it, you accidentally kicked one of your feet out, and it like sent one of the logs
Kicked my feet
flying.
out?
Yeah, you were lying on the bearskin rug, and you kicked your feet out and knocked the a bunch of the logs loose, and they were piping hot logs and they caused your entire apartment complex to burn to the ground. Luckily,
That
no one knows that
sucks.
it was you who did it because otherwise they'd be pretty annoyed. So
It
you're
was
living,
obviously me. Fire came from the fireplace that I was jacking off in front of.
yeah. So when they,
Kicking the logs away, I'm assuming in a moment of ecstasy.
in a moment of absolute passion and ecstasy, and
Jesus, I just kick a fucking hot log out of the fireplace.
several, yeah. And so, when they did an
That
investigate,
sucks.
when they did an investigation of it, like the insurance company or whatever, when it came time to pay out for what all the stuff that happened, they did an investigation and they were like, they were talking to you at one point. The investigator came to you when you were at this point you had moved into your Victorian mansion, and the fire investigator showed up. He's this guy. Um, he he's kind of dressed like a like the policeman that blue outfit that they used to wear back in the
Yeah,
day
yeah,
with the
yeah.
hat. He's dressed like that.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's like, yeah, just have a couple questions to ask you about what happened, blah blah blah. And you like you've already talked to this guy, so you're kind of like, I wonder why he needs to talk to me. And he goes, and he said to you, Aaron, what can you tell me about the bearskin rug that we found? And you were like, I don't know. And he was like, okay. And he can never actually connect you to the fire, but he knows that there's something up with that bearskin rug because there was an indention in it of your body, like so, and like you were kicking your legs out with such passion on the bearskin rug that
Stop.
it was showing like tread mark, you know what I mean? Like markings, you know what I mean? And so he saw that and he's like, what does this mean? And like he stays awake at night knowing that you got away with burning down this apartment complex. And the insurance company is going to pay everything out, like whatever, but he knows that you did something. He doesn't know what. He doesn't know that it's, Jay Owen necessarily, but it does keep him up at night.
Sucks so fucking bad.
Merle Sterling is his name.
Fuck him.
So so you're living in this house, things are going, okay. Um and you would think that yeah, the house is a bit too much for you. You don't, need all that room, but you end up using it in, kind of creative ways. So one of the like the attic, you clear it out and you turn it into like a podcast studio that you rent out to people. So people come to your Victorian mansion to
What that's I live in a 4-story house. You know how high up that fucking podcast studio is gonna be?
yeah,
In my attic?
yeah, you call it
Jesus
because of
Christ.
how tall it is, you call it North Star Productions.
Oh,
And like people call to make reservations, you're like, all right, well, yeah, what time do you need the star? You call it
no,
that.
I'm not doing that. This
So
fucking sucks.
you have North Star podcast productions that you have there. One of the stories you use for like you have a lot of like gym equipment and stuff like that, so you can do you know your little exercises every morning or whatever. So you actually end up really digging living there. You know, you sit in your
Yeah,
living room, taking it all in, and you think to yourself, I'm into this.
I'm into this.
You pick up your remote control and you go to Amazon to rent the movie I'm into this. And as you do it, your hand brushes up against Purvis.
Purvis.
Purvis T. Cat is what you named him.
Is T short for the Pat? Is that what T is for? The
Yeah.
God damn it. I fucking
So the only stipulation with getting this house is that you had to keep the cats that it comes with. And so,
cat. You said cats.
yeah,
So how many cats are we talking?
there's three of them.
There's Purvis, T, cat.
Purvis T. Cat. There's
Is this the
Mr.
name I've given him?
No, this it comes with it. Purvis T. Cat. There's Mr. Meowsers, and there is Garfield the second.
Okay, are these cats cool?
Yeah, Garfield the second. You don't see a lot of. His name Garfield the second because he looks like Garfield except the colors are inverted. So black cap with like orange stripes, and
Okay.
he loves Mondays.
How does a cat express that outside
So
of a cartoon panel? I don't get it.
so yeah, so you have the cats. Garfield the second. You don't see a whole lot of. Uh, Purvis is definitely like the most friendly. You know. Mr. Meowsers is a little standoffish for the first few days that you were there, but
Sure.
After about a week, you're sitting there one night and you're watching this new not reality show but game show
Yeah.
where it's a talent show where people they just show up and they can sing a song or they can demonstrate something or like do an act or whatever. And it's hosted by Shania Twain. And if it's good, if she likes it, then you go to the next round and then you eventually can get to like, you can win like, lots of cash or whatever. But if she doesn't like it, she says, "That don't impress me much." And then she like steps on like a button and like the floor goes away.
Jesus Christ. God
So
damn.
you're watching That Don't Impress Me Much with Shania Twain.
That's what it's
And
called. That don't
yeah.
impress me much.
And suddenly you realize that Mr. Meowsers is like sitting on your knee and you're like, holy shit. Like it's the first time that the cat ever
Yeah.
has initiated contact. And you just sit there choking back tears. You don't like, you at this point, you're like, I'm not going to pet him yet. I'm just going to let him, do whatever. But you sit there choking back tears. Only one tear manages to escape your left eye. You flick your tongue out and like get it
Oh
so it doesn't
no. I'm
so it
not gonna
doesn't fall into like the cat, you know what I mean?
I'm not gonna lick my tongue out to catch
To
a
catch it.
tear. God,
Yeah.
cat.
Sometimes you call your tongue your sometimes you call it your tear catcher.
No.
So um you're hanging out
Ugh.
in this place and you do like living there, man. Like I said, you're utilizing it in cool ways. There's an apple tree in the back.
Yeah.
Um it it does sometimes seem like it's in like a different place sometimes when you go out there.
What the fuck does that even mean?
So
What does
some
that mean?
you'll go out there to sit on like the back porch, the spacious back porch, and you look there and you'd be like, I could have sworn that apple tree was like over there yesterday, but it couldn't have been. That would be insane. It's just a feeling that you get.
At some point I'm taking pictures of this tree. I'm gonna have photographic evidence of where this tree is
Yeah.
to guard myself against being crazy. Because that if I have that genuine feeling, I'm gonna start taking pictures of the tree.
You make a mental note to get like a, camera thing set up.
Don't I just have a fucking cell phone in my hand and I can just go, hey, click, click, here's the picture of the tree.
Yeah, but you're like, I need to do this right because it's
No,
starting to kind of weird you out a little bit. So you're like, I need to
I
make
need
sure that
to
I can
do it,
actually,
period.
yeah. And you're like, I should do that, but you kind of, push it to the back of your head. Um, there's
That
like a
sucks.
there's a wooded area on like to the other side of the house, and you've explored it a little bit. You found like a roller coaster in the woods.
What?
In the
Like an
woods,
actual fucking roller coaster,
a
like made
very
out of metal.
yeah, very old, and it's on this like track roller coaster track. Like it was clearly set up for like somewhere else. You don't know how it got how it got there, but you go there and sometimes you'll like go there and take pictures of it and stuff like that. You've ridden it a few times. Um, it's an old
Why am
time.
I riding this? Why am I getting into this fucking thing? It seems like it would be incredibly dangerous.
Well, there is a little. The thing about roller coasters is that you do have to accept that there's a little danger involved. I
I
mean,
don't want that danger.
yeah. So for a while, you kind of avoided the roller coaster, but one night, you woke up from a dream and you were like already inside the roller coaster and you were going around it on the
This
thing.
sucks. I'm being coastered against my will here. I don't like this.
But that night, you didn't like it. You loved it. The moon,
No way.
you could see like there was a bunch of like tree branches, covering the sky. So like you see little almost slices of the moon through the tree branches in the night, as
Yeah.
you roll up and down that fucking track. And it's not very big, but and it doesn't go upside down or do anything really that crazy. Like you don't even
Yeah,
really have to be like locked in, which is good because there's no like seatbelt, because it's so old. But you kind of go through it. The wind whips through your hair. You're wearing one of those old Victorian like pajama sets that they actually came with the house too. So it's like one of those old sleepy caps with like the ball at the end, and you're wearing like a one piece pajama thing with like a butt flap.
that sucks.
It's
Why? I'm
closed.
always like, I always whine. Yeah, Pat,
You close it before you go on the roller coaster.
but I don't close it at any point until then,
No, you close it for sure, but sometimes when you go to sleep at night, no, you leave it open.
just in case.
One night you woke up and like
What?
in you were only awake for like a second, and in the haze of like that weird halfway asleep thing, you looked up into like a mirror and you saw the moonlight shining on your bare ass, and you just thought to yourself, the moon reflecting the moon. And then you fell back asleep.
Great.
So you
Good to
sometimes hang
know.
out in the woods on the roller coaster. Um, you, for the most part, kind of stay away from the apple tree in the back. One day, you're hanging out in that living room, and you stretch. You're kind of tired. You lay down on one of those old Victorian ass fucking laying down couches. You fall asleep.
Yeah.
So in your dream, you're like sitting on a throne. You have a gigantic like crown, like a very regal crown on your head.
Okay.
You're dressed the way that you in your head always pictured like an old English king to look, all the
Okay.
pageantry and all the bright colors and the
Yeah.
formal jackets. And even though you can't really see it,
Mm.
you know that there's a butt flap on a pair of those fucking pants. You can't tell because you're sitting down, but
Why
you're
can't I
holding
have a normal pair of pants? Why do I have to have a fucking butt flap?
because it's like Victorian clothing, I guess.
But all the time, even in formal wear?
I guess. I mean, what you never had to use the bathroom in formal wear.
Yeah, I
So
do, but I can take my fucking pants down. I don't need a flap.
you're also like sitting there and you're holding like a scepter.
This sucks.
No, dude, you
This flap thing is bullshit.
so you kind of sit there and you're kind of like taken aback because you're seeing yourself, you know what I mean? You're not like you're seeing the dream basically. You're not necessarily like acting out the dream. And so
Okay.
you see yourself sitting on this fucking throne and you see in front of you the first thought that you have is that it looks like a sea of cats,
What?
like a feline army in front of you. And they're all
God
like
damn it.
bowing down to you. And they're going,
I don't want to be in charge of these cats, Pat.
and they're going, Master, like meowing,
No. Fuck
Master.
no. Fuck no.
You wake up
Absolutely not.
and Garfield the second, Mr. Meows, and
Purvis.
oh yeah, Purvis T Cat are like genuflecting in front of you. What do you do?
I go, get the fuck out of here. And I like try to shoo him away. I'm trying to sleep.
Yeah.
I don't know what these cats bowing in front of me. I don't want.
So you shoo them away and they all like run away to different places. But for the rest of the night, whenever you kind of settle down, even if it's just for like a minute, the cats will at some point come up to you and start, genuflecting in front of you again.
Why? I don't want this. I don't want to be a cat dad, or a cat master, or a cat king or any of that. I don't want to lead an army of cats. I don't want anything to do with this. Like I got nothing against cats,
Yeah, of course.
but I'm taking
So
care of three of them, but I don't want to like lead them.
so what would you do? Just keep shooing them away, or like,
Yeah, I guess I don't know what else to do. I got
yeah,
to keep these fucking cats. Well, number one goal is sell this fucking house,
yeah,
right? That's the number one goal. Get out of this fucking monstrosity. This is not for me. Yeah, is it cool? 100% it's cool to have a four-story house like that. But
yeah.
it's not at all practical, and I'm not going to be able to afford the fucking taxes on this place, probably.
Oh no, the taxes are taken care of.
Are you kidding me? Well, then
Yeah, the
why?
house is just yours, dude.
I mean, it's probably worth a lot, so I'm probably trying to get rid of it.
Yeah. So you keep shooing the cats away, and you go to
Yeah.
sleep. You dream of a howling void, and the next morning you wake up and you start like talking to some realtors. You know, you start kind of setting some stuff up. They're like, "Oh yeah, we're familiar with this property. Oh wow, yeah, yeah, okay. We'll be in touch, Mr. Brooks, this week." That was this guy, Andrew Minks. He is the head of Lanalax Realty, and they're going to work with you to get this mansion sold. So he makes an appointment to see you, like, the next day.
Okay.
You hang up the phone, absolutely relieved. You haven't seen any of the cats that day. You kind of like poke your head out of your bedroom and like you don't see them. And you're like, well, at least that's over.
Probably around,
Yeah.
for cats.
You hear like a zoop and like a portal opens behind you.
What the fuck?
And this, you're familiar with like Star Wars, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You know those things. I don't know if they're called AT-ATs or AT-ATs. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Those
yeah.
things. So
The big ones.
yeah. So basically, so what it is these kind of robot things come out of the portal. They have like robot legs, robot body, and robot arms. However, sitting at the head of it is like are different cats, and they're like clearly controlling it. And then they go like they start
Here
to
we
like
go.
they start to open their mouths to meow or whatever, and the speaker in the middle of the robot cat thing goes, "Hello, Aaron. We are the Galactic Cat Federation." And then they go, and then after he says Galactic Cat Federation, all of the there's like there's about seven of them that have come through the portal. All of them go in unison, meow.
Hate this so much. Hey, well, get the fuck out of my place. You're
They
just
go,
barging in.
they go. The middle one goes, Aaron. My name is Throggin, uh, and I am from the Galactic Cat Federation. Meow. He goes, look, I know this is going to be a lot for you to take, but do you have a moment?
No, I don't. Like you guys just barged into my fucking house through a portal you opened in my living room.
Yeah.
Like this isn't how you communicate with people. Like, what could you possibly want from me?
He goes on to explain that well, first he goes, I need to talk to you about the war with the dogs. He goes on to tell you that cats and dogs are originally from the same planet, hundreds and hundreds of light years away from here. And the dogs were exiled to the moon of that planet. And then after that, they both, decided to go out and conquer the universe. And so they've been at this, war for, several millennia or whatever. He goes, Throgan goes, Aaron, you are. We believe that you fulfill the prophecy of the cat emperor. You bear the mark.
What the fuck are they talking about?
Yeah, you go, Mark? what do you mean? And they go, look. And you go, huh? And you look down, and from underneath your shirt, you see something like glowing. And you're like, what the fuck? You pull your shirt up, and suddenly you have like what looks like a kitty print, like a paw print. You know what I mean?
What?
Like a birthmark, and it's glowing.
What the fuck did this come from?
It just appeared.
This is. I don't want any part of this. I don't want any part of this.
He goes, Aaron, will you join us in our fight against the dogs? They're very bad dogs.
How do I know that you guys aren't bad cats?
They
You
go
know,
like,
like
yeah,
you're giving me such a limited set of information.
yeah. He goes, Aaron, that's a very reasonable question. Again, this is through the speaker. So like his mouth moves, it just looks like, but like, the voice comes out of the speaker in the middle. So he's like meowing, I guess. And so it's a translation. And so he goes, Aaron, that's a very reasonable question. He's like, we can download all of the information that you need to know directly into your brain. It will show you the history of our culture, the history of our conflict, and we are certain that it will prove to you that the Galactic Cat Federation, they all go meow, is the side to be on. He has like a looks like a little microchip in like the robot hand, and he's like, "Do you consent?"
No, not one fucking bit. Where are you gonna put a chip on me?
He goes on your head. He goes, "It's just going to download all the information you need into your
Where are you
brain,
gonna stick a chip?
just on your forehead." It's like it's going to be like watching YouTube.
I don't want any part of this chip. I don't trust these guys. They're trying to implant me with something. I don't want any part of this. I I got no dog in this fight.
And he just like they all look kind of bummed, and they go, "Well, will you reconsider, Aaron?"
No. What do you I mean, you've done nothing to like
They go, "Look, we have this thing. It'll show you everything you need to know. But
I'm not
look."
letting you chip my head.
They go, "Okay, fine. Then I'll just explain it. We're the good guys. They're the bad guys. They're dogs. We're cats. We don't like each other. They blew up our temple a very, very long time ago. We're pretty pissed off about it. And this
No,
war is."
I got nothing to do with this shit. I got nothing to do with this.
They go, "But
I got
you're."
nothing to do with this.
They go, "But Aaron, you bear the mark of the cat emperor. Will
You
you
guys should have
join
told me about
us?"
this a long time ago. Fuck no. You can't spring something like this on somebody.
So
This is not my fault.
yeah,
This is your fault.
they all look kind of bummed. They turn around and walk through the portal.
Good. Goodbye. Close that fucker on the way out.
Closes behind them.
Good.
There's a knock on the door. What do you do?
I look through the fucking people. I'm so annoyed.
It's a like a Amazon delivery guy. You had ordered
I would
a DVD of the movie I'm Into This.
amend it this.
Yeah, and he's like, "Mr. Brooks, I've got your DVD. I'm into this."
How does he know what what I ordered? That's not how it fucking works. They just show up and drop the shit off. They aren't looking through a goddamn manifest. But this guy knows.
He knows. He knocks again. "Mr. Brooks."
I open the door. I go, yeah, and I grab it from him. I go,
He
thank you,
he goes, "Have a good one." He
thanks.
walks away, and as he walks away, you see that like the sun has like started to go down. You see it like it's going down in the mountains of Los Angeles, and you watch this guy walk away. And then out of nowhere, a dog runs up and just bites you in the balls.
What the fuck? Why?
rips them off, and you just
Why?
go and you just go, oh my balls. You fall over, and then a pack of dogs run out, and instead of them like being dogs on all fours, there are it's almost like they're like robot crabs where there's robot pinchers and robot crab legs and stuff like that and a little pod that they're on, and so they run out and they're just like shooting laser beams at you and they disintegrate you, and
Why?
because they're
Why?
like
I didn't help the cats.
you hear them
I
yell,
didn't I
death to the false emperor.
I'm not even that guy. I said no.
Yeah, and you got butchered by the dogs.
Fuck you.